Warn Tri-Cities Severe Weather Alerts. Here is Skylar Doyle.
Live on First Warn Tri-Cities, just got a new severe thunderstorm warning now in effect for parts of Lee, Hancock, Hawkins, and Scott counties, Northeast Tennessee, Southwest Virginia. This is just new. It goes until 4:15. National Weather Service says 60-mile-an-hour winds for Claiborne, Granger, Hancock, Hawkins counties in East Tennessee, Lee and Scott counties in Southwest Virginia. Let's turn on our high-res velocity imagery. The brighter the colors, the gustier of winds that we have, and we're actually seeing even some broad rotation within this storm potentially, and some gusty wind signatures within this severe thunderstorm warning that goes until 4:15 for the following areas. It is for parts of, let's get this here, Hancock, Hawkins, Lee, and Scott counties in Northeast Tennessee and southwestern parts of Virginia. Right here is where we're going to probably be seeing the gustier of winds within this storm. National Weather Service says that this storm here, I'm going to track it all for you to the northeast at 30 miles an hour here, just here to the northwest of Bean Station. So as I kind of put First Warn Doppler storm tracker here in a linear mode and kind of track what I believe is the strongest part of the storm northeast at 35 miles an hour. This puts it going to be pushing through Sneedville, I do believe here. So let's put our time tracking over here, and I'll go off the screen. Paw Paw 326, Bray 329, Duck Creek 341, Sneedville 345, Kyle's Ford 4 o'clock, and Canton at 4:16. This is where we're seeing that severe thunderstorm warning. As we zoom out, we've got a lot more severe thunderstorm warnings back off to the west that we're watching, which is why severe thunderstorm watch in effect for Northeast Tennessee until 8. We have a lot of severe thunderstorms that have have reports with them of power outages and straight line thunderstorm wind damage. I know some of those storms back to the west, yeah, they've been showing some of that broad rotation, so we're going to watch those closely. Let's turn on our velocity imagery. Yeah, we're seeing a lot of brighter greens, even some blues back here in this line of storms to the west. So that is what we're watching. But the reason we just came on First Warn Tri-Cities and the Tri-Jams is because of that severe thunderstorm warning for Scott, far southwest Scott, northwest Hawkins, including a little bit of 11W between Churchill and Rogersville, but it does not include Rogersville. It includes Bean Station and almost all of Hancock County. That does include Sneedville. The part of Lee County in it is Jonesville, Blackwater, Kinser Mill, Van, Wilson Hill, and even parts of Cedar Hill. This storm has 60-mile-an-hour winds with it. This line of storms back off to the west that is going to be approaching the Knoxville Metro very soon, basically just near La Follette to Clinton to Oak Ridge. That severe storm could have up to 70-mile-an-hour winds and considerable thunderstorm wind damage, which we've got reports of trees, power lines down back on to the west here, just to the west of Knoxville. So we're going to watch these storms as they move in closely. We do have the severe thunderstorm warnings again for parts of Hawkins, Hancock, Lee, and Scott counties in South and Northeast Tennessee and Southwest Virginia until 4:15. And it's these storms to the west that are more concerning, but our most immediate threat is this warning up here. We do have a watch in effect, and it's a severe thunderstorm watch, and it includes our western North Carolina counties and our East Tennessee counties until 8. Hancock, Hawkins, Greene, Sullivan, Washington, Tennessee, Carter, Johnson, Unicoi in it, and then Ashford and Avery counties in the watch as well. Now, watch means conditions are favorable for severe weather. While a warning means it's imminent or it is occurring. Let's go back to the radar and let's zoom back into what's moving into Hancock County and parts of northwest Hawkins County as we speak, and Lee County and Scott County in Virginia. You're a little downstream from this, so this is before it makes it to you. It's got probably 15 to 30 minutes at least before this storm makes it anywhere close to you. If you're in Hancock or if you're in Lee or Scott County. If you're in Hancock County, it's right on your doorstep. This will push into Olympus Hill, Duck Creek, Sneedville, and Kyle's Ford. Let's zoom out and let's look at the rest of the First Warn Tri-Cities viewing area. If you are in any other part of Northeast Tennessee, Southwest Virginia, Northwest North Carolina, or East Kentucky, you have no ongoing severe weather as we speak. It is just Lee, Scott, Hawkins, and Hancock counties, Southwest Virginia, and Northeast Tennessee, respectively. What we're watching, this line of storms off to the west, is our biggest concern. That line of storms could produce strong to damaging straight line thunderstorm winds, and a quick spin up of a tornado within that line as well could be possible as it makes its way east. 60, 70, maybe 75 mile-an-hour winds could be possible within the thunderstorm line, and it is expected, according to the Weather Service, to maintain strength, not weaken, as it moves toward the Tri-Cities, especially our Tennessee counties and North Carolina counties. Virginia counties under a lower risk of severe weather than our Tennessee and North Carolina counties. Normally, sometimes it's the other way around, but not this time. So again, let's zoom back into our current severe thunderstorm warning. We won't keep you much longer on the air on First Warning Tri-Cities and the Tri-Jams. We do have some strong gusty winds within this. Let's turn on our vertically integrated liquid product. Don't have much of a health threat with this. The Weather Service says it's less than penny-sized hail, so maybe some pea-sized hail. And again, this is until 4:15, Hancock, Hawkins, Lee, and Scott counties. We're going to watch the storms to the west closely. And if we have any more warnings, we'll come immediately right back on. But as these storms to the west that are producing thunderstorm wind damage west of Knoxville right now, this line here, as it gets closer, will come back on the air. But until then, this has been a First Warning Tri-City Severe Weather Alert. I'm Scott. I'm Chief Forecaster Skylar Dwyer. If you're listening on the radio, we'll send you back to regular programming. We'll go off the air on First Warning Tri-Cities, on our Facebook and our Twitter. We are going to continue on our YouTube, our website, also on Green WX on Twitter. That's where we're going to continue our coverage. If you're on Facebook or Twitter, we're going to go off the air for now. We're going to come back, though, as if we see any more strengthening within this storm or more storms pop up in our area, any more warnings, and as this line gets closer. But again, that's our plan. We're going to go off Facebook, Twitter, and radio for now. We'll come back as need be. For now, live from the First Warning Tri-Cities Severe Weather Alert Center, I'm Chief Forecaster Skylar Dwyer. Okay, we are back for those of you on YouTube, our website, and Green WX. Here, we are back. So what I would like to do here real quick is post this severe thunderstorm warning on our Facebook and on all of our social medias. The one for our area here. So let's just post it this way. This is the easiest way for us to post it. Let's just take county that are not our area out of it. Fit it all into Twitter. So again, we are posting this on our social medias, and we'll get back to storm tracking here. Again, we're just on our website, our YouTube, and Green WX right now. So we are this one to let you know. And again, we want you to treat these severe thunderstorm warnings. A very good point here from our Tri-Jam sister station, that the storms fired up quickly Monday and produced an EF2 tornado without warning in Knoxville. So just, some heads up there that while that's not imminently likely, can't rule it out completely. So we'll watch it closely. Just kind of new severe thunderstorm warning. So we'll see who that is for. Just get this posted real quick. And then we will zoom into the new warning. It does include Anderson, Campbell, Claiborne, Granger, Jefferson, Knox, Union. That one has 60 mile-an-hour winds. So let's go back here. This is the storm approaching the Maynardville area. And just that you probably heard the tornado tone in the background. This is for far southeast Tennessee. There's a storm down there with a severe thunderstorm warning with a tornado possible tag. A storm showing just a little bit of rotation down in Polk County, Tennessee. But this is for mainly straight line damaging winds within this line, and they're going to probably have to issue a new warning as well for the Knoxville Metro. Again, let's take a look here. Claxton, Carnes, damaging straight line winds within this. It's pushing into downtown Knoxville, which does have a severe thunderstorm warning currently. More storms, maybe a little bit of rotation between Sweetwater and Madisonville. Let's see what the Huntsville radar looks like for it. see that's kind of in between radars. Let's go back up here to our storm to the north in Hancock, Hawkins, Lee, and Scott. And we are looking at mainly heavy rain and some gusty winds within this. Seeing anything of major concern to me, which is good, I should say, but there is a little bit of streak thinning here and here along Highway 11W, Green Bean Station in Rutledge. It's a little close to the radar, though, so that could be why we're seeing that. A little more of a lower level slice there in this storm near Sevierville. We cross over the Parkway there. Could be a little bit of a downburst signature right now. We have a severe storm for Jackson, Swain, and Haywood counties in North Carolina. And we'll go back to the severe thunderstorm watch. Watch until 8 o'clock for Northeast Tennessee and Western North Carolina. The watch until 7 o'clock for basically Knoxville, Southwest. So, all right, back to radar we go, and the warnings extend all the way back to Wartburg, south of Huntsville to Harriman. Multiple rounds of severe storms are possible, noting a little bit of rotation potential in your Carnes. See what the Weather Service does here with all these warnings, because this is a pure mess, warning-wise. So we even have a flash flood warning for southern Scott, Tennessee, Anderson, and Morgan counties as well. So let's just zoom out. There's a lot of severe thunderstorm warnings. We have the one in northeast Tennessee, far southwestern Virginia. Also have the ones here basically all crumbled up near the Knoxville Metro and West, and then also a long severe thunderstorm warning, including the Chattanooga metropolitan area. So that is where we are currently at the current point today. So we're just keeping an eye on things, talking with our partners to let them know that these severe thunderstorm warnings are in effect at this current point, again in the Knoxville metro area. So at this current time, we're going to go back in on our radar imagery. Again, the brighter colors, the brighter the winds on that product. This is our normal reflectivity. It's like another storm trying to flare up in southeast Knox County. That's interesting. Any storm, I want to note here, any storm tries to pop up in this area, it could go severe fairly quickly. We don't have the best wind dynamics today, but it's a normal summertime day with a lot of instability and thunderstorm feel out there. So we do think that these storms could blow up fairly quickly if they do develop. Want to note, Cumberland, Fentress County out of the severe thunderstorm watch, according to the Weather Service. There is just enough shear to keep this going. The helicity, though, that we need a little bit of spin. The spin in the atmosphere for tornadoes isn't the best, but there is a little bit. So we'll keep an eye on things. Again, a brief spin up can't be totally ruled out, but I think the threat overall for tornadic activity is low, especially in the Tri-Cities. But as we go back toward the Knoxville area, can't rule it out totally anywhere, but we'll keep an eye on it. There's a new severe thunderstorm warning for Bradley, Hamilton, Polk, Cherokee. So we're going to continue to watch this. This is a major, what could be a major damaging wind event, a lot of power outages. Let me go and look at the power outage map here, and I'm going to refresh that in a few minutes. Let me do that. Cumberland County has 7,000 people without power. Knox only showing 904, Union 281. Campbell was showing a lot more earlier. They got a lot restored there. Fentress County 754. Now this is according to Power Outage UFs. I'm gonna let folks know here. Seeing a status report on the watch as well. You're seeing severe thunderstorm, at least for the watch. This is the eastern watch, and it continues for the entire area the storm threat does. So we got these storms pushing in here, northeast Tennessee, southwest Virginia. I think could usually some heavy rainfall, gusty to maybe damaging winds, yes, but the threat on this is more lightning and heavy rain instead of wind, I believe. And this one near Sevierville is pretty stout, at least rain, small hail wise. trying to get its act together here near Boyd's Creek. It's kind of embedded in the rain. It's not on the leading edge or southern end. This here near Powell. Let's look at that little kink within the line. See nothing major right now. Trying to spin up in there. So we're gonna watch these as closely. This is more laid back severe weather coverage, as we are not on many platforms right now. We're just kind of sitting here watching the storms, babysitting radar as we call it in the weather community, and then keeping an eye on things very, very, very closely across East Tennessee and southwestern Virginia, also far western North Carolina as well. Southeast Kentucky, I am going to switch to the Jackson radar. Your severe weather threat is all but zero across southeast Kentucky. We are watching these closely. Maybe stop trying to develop along 11Ws there. So yeah, we're going to watch these closely. What we're going to do is these move into the Knoxville Metro. They have some damaging straight line winds. They're pushing into Hidden Valley, West Hills, Ebenezer, West Emory, Kenningston, North Shore Woods, West Metro Ridge, Bearden. Right now, quarter size hail 1 mile east of Halls in Knox County at 3:02, according to the Weather Service. So we did have some hail, and that is for the storm. That was in the storm that is currently over Sevier County in East Tennessee. Again, watch that velocity closely. We've not had a new velocity scan in a few minutes. Wait for that to come in. They're updating a few warnings. Ray and Sequatchie counties canceled out of a certain warning, at least. Parts of their county canceled out of a warning. There's a lot of warnings to be keeping up with right now. So what we are going to do is we're going to inspect the new velocity scan. Let's see if something's trying to develop here on the south side of Knoxville. Yeah, it's got a little kink. And confer with the partner. Here. See, conferring with our team. I am solo on the air. Could be trying to get a little bit of rotation there. This one here might be trying to develop into supercell as well. New Hopewell to Bayview. Kind of got that little kidney bean shape with that inflow. Watching that one. And then, again, the northern storms might be trying to get its act together near Mary Chapel, approaching Bean Station. That's rapidly strengthening. Granger County reporting a few trees down at 339, 2 miles northwest of Thorn Hill at the current time. So, if we go back and zoom out again, we're going to take the radar off again. Flash flood warning for parts of southern Scott, Tennessee, western Anderson, parts of Morgan until 4:30. That don't sound right. Flash flood warning until 6:30. So we have an extra warning until 4:15 for this cell, northeast Tennessee, southwest Virginia. And then the Knoxville warnings, it's going to be hard to get there and explain expiration times because there is a lot of them, folks. So if you're in the Knoxville metro, you are under a severe thunderstorm warning, but I would take shelter. I'm seeing some signs of maybe some rotation along this here near West Hills. So I just want to give you a heads up on that threat of maybe a little bit of at least broad rotation. Nothing strong right now, but as we saw last Monday, or this past Monday, I should say, these can strengthen fairly quickly across the area. So again, we do have severe storm warnings for the Knoxville metro until, I think, the next 4 minutes. I'd see that warning probably being reissued, and then this one into northeast Tennessee and southwest Virginia until 4:15. Again, that is for Anderson. I'm sorry, that's for Hawkins, Hancock, Lee, Scott. Again, just checking a few things on my phone while I said Anderson there. Checking a few behind-the-scenes product rotation-wise, rotation detectors. Not seeing too much rotation. Again, that one little area I was talking about on the Knox Blunt counting line is fairly weak rotation-wise, so we'll continue to watch it. So they're going to have to issue a new warning here fairly soon, so we'll see if they tornado possible it. It definitely has some damaging winds. They're going to, because this middle ground warning for downtown Knoxville is going to go off our screen. Did they just update this? Yeah, they canceled Ray County out of this one. Continue Anderson, Campbell, Morgan, Rollins, Scott. So let's go back to reflectivity. It's for this area from basically south of Huntsville to almost Oak Ridge. That's a severe thunderstorm warning. And again, this area near West Hills. Broad rotation near Ebenezer. And, a lot of these do have gusty winds in them. Maybe some power outages as well. If you're in these areas, so make sure your devices are charged. And these will eventually head into northeast Tennessee over the next little bit. They should hold themselves together as they head into northeast Tennessee. And yeah, you can see even some of these flip far southwestern parts of Virginia as well, as that's what we're looking at here. It's just contamination, it is. Alright, so what we're going to do, we're going to wait because we should have a new warning for the Knoxville Metro in the next 2 minutes. So I'm waiting to see here if we go off the air or not. Because for the new warning to come out for the Knoxville Metro before I do that. So we're waiting to see for the Knoxville Metro the new warning, and then we'll go off the air. We'll show you that in good time before we do that, and then we'll go off the air for a few minutes until we have more developments. Let's see what they are going to do. They might let it go. No, they just issued a new one. It's for Anderson, Blunt, Granger, Jefferson, Knox, Loudon, severe for 60-mile-an-hour winds until 4:45. Includes Sevierville, Jefferson City, Pigeon Forge, gets near Gatlinburg, Maryville, Knoxville, Halls Crossroads, Newmarket, Strawberry Plains. So the Knoxville Metro, Sevierville area, and Jefferson City in a severe thunderstorm warning. This goes into 4:45. We're gonna for 60-mile-an-hour winds. All the considerable tags have been dropped. All those warnings have been dropped. So we're going to go ahead and go off the air, and we'll come back as need be from the Weather Center. I'm Skylar Well. Thanks for watching. First Warn, Truck Cities, and Green.